Good morning. Good morning. Today is February 15th, um, 2025. And I just want to just start off by starting something new, okay? So, I've been on a 2-year journey, a spiritual journey. Jesus Christ, JC, we want to make that clear. Um, but of character building and believing what the word says about you, right? So I believe it now. I believe that I am more than a conqueror. I believe that he has given us the ability to obtain wealth. I believe that the word says that we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. um for years I've had a gift of stewardship, proper stewardship. Um, I've never really, I've had, excuse me, I've had debt, but I've dealt with it. And it is truly a gift. And for years, I allowed the world to tell me who I was and that the gifts weren't just gifts. They were just like, you're an adult. You should learn how to do this anyway. But there's so many people who don't. I don't really boast on myself. I'm I just don't. I feel like it's a lack of humility. So I don't say how many people with my help has gotten out of debt. I don't say that with my help people has have gotten credit cards and cars and homes. And I'm not talking about 50, 60, $100,000 homes, like half a million, quarter of a million homes, because I have helped them get where they need to be financially and teach them what I have learned over the years and what I have placed into practice over my life. So I'm going to start. I'm going to get testimonials. I'm going to get the people to tell you guys how Her Purpose Finances really been a huge help in their lives, because it took me a while to believe that I did it. I thought they did it because all they did was listen to me. But if they didn't have the wisdom, if they didn't have somebody giving them the wisdom, how else were they going to listen? So, with that being said, oh my gosh, I don't want my eyelash to fall off. If it fall off, y'all don't, laugh at me. I think I secured it. But with that being said, I want to call my not my base, but my ministry. I want to call us something, right? And it's been on my heart to say financiers, because it's one thing to be a millionaire, it's one thing to be a billionaire, it's one thing to be a trillionaire. And that is like the top 1, 2% of uh the population of the world. But it's a larger population of financiers. What is a financier? Let's look that up. Let's see if it's even a term, or did God just put it on my heart. So let's look that up. Google, what is a uh, Ooh, so it's not a word. It is not a word. So, what do I think a financier is? A person who is well versed well incorporated, extremely rich in mind, action, and listen how I use the word rich, because you can be rich in everything, but wealthy is another thing. But you are rich in understanding, you are rich in stewardship. So that's what a financier is. You literally are rich in stewardship. You know how to do it, you know how to cut it, you know how to splice it. And guess what? Secret. People who aren't in the body of Christ are financiers. And this is unfortunate, but understanding something and knowing how to work through it, you can do it on the side of light or the side of darkness. So, with that being said, we are financiers, but we are kingdom financiers, okay? So, today's topic, my financiers, is going to be about recognizing um your expenses. So, we're going to go and fill out a debt sheet because that's how we understand where we are spending our money, okay? And I'm going to do it based on me so you guys will know and be privy to my stuff. But the thing is, how can I help somebody else if I am not transparent? I have always been like that. Transparency is the best policy. I am not here to deceive or front or finesse anyone. Okay, I have bills. I am a wife now. I wasn't always a wife. I was a single mom at one point. Um, and mother of now three children. Okay, so I had a few pitfalls that, excuse me, I had to get out of. All right, so I want to show you guys and be transparent. Nevertheless, I am going to pull up the budgeting sheet and then share my screen so we can fill it out. I will put the budgeting sheet in the description box, simply so you guys can, be able to have that. And if you want, you can fill it out for yourself. But um, yeah, that's where we're gonna put it. Okay. So this is a sheet that I created, but you can literally find them everywhere. It's just, I think things should be done, you know, in depth. So, I like to do my stuff in depth. All right. So let me see if I can make this, yeah, an autofill. All right. So let me share my screen. Are you ready? I am. And we're just going to fill out the budgeting sheet. We're not going to do the math behind it. You guys can, but I am not, because we literally have to just talk about it. It's not, let's just show. I'm going to just show you. So I don't want to just show you the budgeting sheet and then um just say fill it out. No, it's some wisdom behind it. Like, what do you have to do? Why is understanding where your money is being allocated, why is that important? So, okay. Now, um directions is complete the following sheet. Be open and honest. Transparency will get you the best and most realistic results. Note, when considering the amount of expenses that are being deducted monthly, it is very important that you write down the company that the dollar amount is associated with. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I paused. Okay, so what do you pay in rent or mortgage? I'm going to tell you guys that My mortgage is a little low. I own my home, but it is a little low simply because God blessed me to be able to buy my home in a better market. It has gone up since, but it is still at a reasonable amount. Um, that's not super duper inflated. So when I put my amount, please y'all. Well, if you've seen my budgeting or the money allocation videos and how I'm getting out of debt, you know how much my mortgage is. But for those who are new to the financier team, here is my mortgage. Don't laugh. Okay? That's my mortgage. But I rounded up to 707 because when you are taking money out of your account for a thing, it is very important that you um round up. And the reason why you round up, not when you're paying it. So if yours is 706 and 35 cent, you have 706 and 35 cent coming out of your account. But on your budgeting sheet, or on your money allocation, or how you spend your finances, always round to the nearest dollar. Why? Because only 706 and 35 cent is coming out of your account, but you'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I done saved $35 because those cents add up." You rounding up every bill. So those cents add up. And next thing you know, you didn't save $35 after you have paid money to all these companies. And you're like, how do I have this left over? It's because you had the amount coming out, but you rounded up when you did the math on paper. Okay. So I hope you understand that. I don't know if I explained that correctly, but that was the best way I could. Um, so I am $0 in renter's insurance and homeowner's insurance because it is inside of my mortgage. Everyone knows that when you own a home, you do have to pay renter's insurance with or mortgage insurance with or excuse me, homeowner's insurance with your mortgage. All right, it's all built into that. Um, Utilities. You guys, I told you at one point, at one point, I was a single mom. So I am not a stranger to governmental assistance and what the government is able to do. I tell people there are many programs out here, many programs that can help you. You have to work to get on them. And I'll tell you how I got on the Lyft program for We Energies. But because I sacrificed, because I prioritized my We Energies bill is $92 a month, no matter how much energy I use. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because at one point my We Energies bill was uh in all about $900. I was on a budget of I believe it was $236 a month. Uh and I was like, "What? I can't." So someone told me about the Lyft program. And in this world, you have to in this world, you know how you have to learn how to play the game. The word says that we are in this world but not of it. However, we have to abide by the laws and the rules of the world, because at the end of the day, this is not the kingdom of heaven, but it is a kingdom. Okay. So we have to abide by it, and we have to follow the rules, just like we have to follow the rules and abide by the laws of heaven. So when my bill was over $800, the only way I could get on the Lyft program was if I paid it off. And because, well, I didn't pay it fully off, but my Lyft program amount would be contingent on the amount that I had. So if I did it on a $900 amount, um, my bill would have still been like two something a month, because the 900 is gonna go up. But I said, you know what? Let me pay this down. So when I got my taxes, I put, I believe, 1100 on my We Energies bill. Now, mind you, I got my taxes, but my We Energies bill had already went from uh 900 to about 15 that I had, whatever. So I said, let me pay it off. So I paid it off, and um one second, I hear barking and stuff. One moment. Okay, so yeah. So I paid it down. And now my bill was, let me do the math. Okay, 15, 11, $400. So I called the Lyft program, and they said, oh, you're only behind $400. And I was like, oh, okay. They was like, well, let's do the math. We're going to do 33%. And 33% was $92. I said, what? They was like, yeah, it's $92, so your bill is due, blah, blah, blah. Um, and if I pay $92 consistently for an entire year, no matter how much I use, it's Wisconsin. So it's cold. For once. Yes. So when they did the math, it was $92. So I said, no matter how much energy I use, I still like am cognizant of how much we use, but no matter how much it goes up, at the end of the year, they'll lift the entire debt amount. So use the programs, especially if we are at a certain income bracket, because a lot of these programs are for people who make less income. And I make less income. I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah. So, yeah, it is good. Internet bill. Just switched it because I didn't know that Spectrum was charging us um $92, or yeah, $92 for boo boo water. And it was not going up. So, or our internet was not working properly. So now our internet is $70 because we switched to um Verizon. All right. We don't have cable. We pay Sprint, who is now T-Mobile. I have a new phone, so the amount did go up. Oops, excuse me. To 183, I believe. Okay, so streaming services. I got rid of all of them. Well, I do pay Apple. I pay Apple TV, and that is $5 a month. Oops, $5 a month. All right. And um the great thing about switching to Verizon, it knocked down two other bills we were paying. We had Netflix and then we had YouTube Premium because I don't like commercials. I don't want to subject myself to listening to worship music at 5 a.m. and then a commercial about car insurance comes on. So, yeah, we took that off. So now within this $70 a month, we have YouTube Premium. So that took us out $22 a month, as well as um Netflix, but we do have the ones that you can only watch on mobile devices, so we had to sacrifice some stuff. And then it has commercials, but I'll endure it for $70. At least I don't have to pay 60 a month. All right, so all we have right now is Apple TV, groceries. I do not get government funding anymore. So on groceries, I spend roughly I gotta get my phone. Okay, so I'm gonna say, because my kids can eat, you guys. So let's say 154 times 4. Wow. Wow. I don't think I do this in a month, but for the sake of, I'm gonna write it because I do spend about excuse me, about 150 a month. I try to or a week cuz the kids. Household cleaning supplies in a month I would, cuz I love bleach. So in a month I would spend as well as detergent. I like to go to Target, but they a little expensive. Um, so sometimes I go to Walmart, Wally World. I love it, but I'm gonna say that's about 300 a month. These this is monthly, you guys, not weekly. So that's it. Gas. My husband, $33 times 4. That's 132. And I am $25 times. Okay, so in a month we spend roughly 232. Car insurance. Our car insurance is through Geico. Um, and it is 217. Yes. Car note. Do the math. All right, 174 plus 488. Okay, car note for two vehicles, excuse me, is 662. Okay, and people might say, "Oh my gosh, your bills are so little a month." Y'all, they weren't poor. This was a lot of sacrifice. A lot of sacrifice, a lot of prioritizing, a lot of learning the system. And this in these videos, I'm going to teach you the system because we have to learn how to play it. If you do not, it's called um the oh my gosh, it's escaping me. The you know what? This is bothering me. The law of 70. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so I found it. It is the Newton's law of 72. Okay. So, not Newton, but Albert Einstein. So it's compound interest. Is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Okay. So that's what I kind of want to speak on because it we have to learn how to play this game. If we don't, we will remain in debt. Okay. So if you think that my bills are low, it's because I learned how to play. I learned how to use the assistance for what it is used for. I learned how to sacrifice and allocate my money to other areas because it wasn't necessary in that one. I learned how to invest. I am not rich yet. I am not wealthy yet, but I am not broke. Okay? So, um I have a healthy savings. My family has a healthy savings. My children have a life insurance. We are doing what society is supposed to do. Do we live in a regular residential area? Absolutely, we do. I don't live in a nice city. It's people who are a little sketchy who live down the street. But I am happy because I am not being crushed by debt. Okay. Let's continue on. Um, okay, phones. I don't know why I put it twice, but yeah. So, and I don't know why it's under transportation. We have to take that out. See, you can tell I make certain things myself. Nevertheless, miscellaneous home maintenance. It's programs for that, guys, especially if you are a homeowner. There are so many programs that if your water heater goes out, that people will come and do a water heater. If your home is not well insulated, they have rules or programs for that. But it's so many things out here. So use them. Car maintenance. My husband needs new tires. We paid for two new tires for me, but he needs new tires. So we're gonna put the $200 that he spent and do it. I don't pay for child care. So that is not something I have to worry about. 1 second, please. Okay. So public transportation, luckily I don't have to take any of that, but I don't knock people who do. Um, Funny story, when I first got my car, because I didn't have a car for so long and riding, I said, I'm gonna help people and I'm gonna pick up people. I picked up people and God blessed me because everybody I picked up, I did have discernment. So I wouldn't pick up no men, but like little older women and stuff like that. But I told my dad what I was doing to help people and he he gave me a, a small little bat to keep under my seat just in case I had to knock somebody over the head. But eventually I stopped. Nothing bad happened to me, but yeah, I used to pick people up, take women to their homes, older women who had groceries or something, because I didn't want to get on the bus. I know how it felt. So yeah, I tried to help, but you got to be leery about everything, but sometimes let the Holy Spirit lead you to those things. All right. So medications. Um, Medications we do spend. I get vitamins, some medications for the adults in the household, which is myself and husband. But I'm gonna say $200 a month goes on that. My husband pays his our life insurance out of his check, so we don't have to put that. Um, Life insurance. I have to add this up, guys, because um we pay it. But one thing I like to do is pay up our stuff, for a couple months, especially since my children's life insurance is so affordable. Uh Hence, I did a start strong um on this prior. It's called the life insurance quotes and doing quotes in real time. And the number one information I gave during that session is it is more important to get life insurance the earliest you can. So the younger, the better. So my children, I got it when they were 14 days old, and I'm paying $35 a month. So I do I can also be a source, not only a resource, but a source to life insurance. So if you need life insurance, hit me up. I can help you. All right. So my husband and I pay $92. Well, I pay 92 plus his 94. Okay, so that is 180. I'm not gonna put the children's life insurance on here because, like I said, I pay it up. Their life insurance policy is $35 for two, and then, well, two are at $35 and one is at $38. Um, but I uh I pay it up for a couple months, so I don't have to worry about it monthly. But my husband and I do have to worry about ours monthly, um, because of that. All right. So appointment copays, none. Medical collection payments, nope, nothing is in collections. Oh, you know what? It is, but it comes off of my credit card. So I just pay off the credit card. I pay $50 a month to Aurora. I can tell you the story behind that, but it cannot be recorded and placed on the internet. But you have to use wisdom when you're talking to companies, especially collection companies. I can give you the wisdom and the things that you should be saying to them, but please use wisdom in everything you do. All right, allowances. I'm not going to put that. I don't give my son allowances much anymore because he asks for so much. But I give him $20 here and there, but I'm not going to put that because it's here and there. Clothes and shoes. Oh my gosh. Let's have an aside, guys. So, the tariffs. Oh my gosh. We got to get that together. Because it has shut down Sheen. Okay? Sheen was my best friend for clothes. Shoes for my daughter, but clothes for the whole family. Very affordable, but it's shut down. Okay? Um, well, delivery. So hopefully that gets together. Cause yeah, but that ain't none of my business. I try to stay out of politics, but I have chosen a side. I will say that I chose to keep that personal. Okay, thank you. So self-care, yeah, tithes and offering. Listen, I'm a tither. And I'm not gonna lie, I believe that giving my tithes and my first fruit, first of all, the word says what it's gonna do. But I am a testament to the stuff. You see her purpose finance, okay? Uh, Purpose. But tithes and offerings, we pay. We pay 150, no, actually a week. So probably 300 a month. Okay. Eh, hang on. Entertainment. Nope. I told you I make a lot of sacrifices. Um, Loans, bankruptcies, credit cards. Oh my gosh. OMG. Y'all, let me just add this up. If you see the videos on money allocation, you guys already know what this is. But I have to do the math. So 780 plus 35 plus 200 plus 200. All right. So in credit cards, because a lot of this stuff comes off my credit cards, I pay 200 a month. However, let me go back for $1,215 because it's always different. Let me go back. Because some of these I do pay on the credit cards. That's why it's a lot. So gas, we can delete that because it comes off of the credit card. Groceries, yep, off. Household supplies, off. Apple TV, off. Internet, off. Nope, pay that out. And phone off. Okay, so you see that when I'm paying that $1,200 a month, it just deleted all of that because I pay it with a credit card. You guys, I'm going to teach you all of this. So it's a lot of videos you got to watch. But this video is actually coming to a close because you have to put this all yourself. All right? So, let's get this math going. Um, oh, since my kids go to another school, I no longer have to pay the $80 a month for wrestling. Um, and that. So let's do this math. And what I pay monthly, 707 plus 92 plus 217 plus 662 plus 200. You know what? We could take that off because we use the credit card. Credit card, 186. I gotta redo this math. I think I messed up. Okay, so 70707 plus 92 plus 217 plus 662 plus 186 plus 350 plus. Oh, I use that. Okay. What the heck? Okay. I'm going to do this math and then get back. All right, so it came out to $3,429 a month. That is a lot. Okay. However, with the income we are bringing in, let's do this math. Um, okay. We bring in approximately for, all right, I'm doing that math. All right, so left over you have 771. All right, so I said I wasn't going to do the math, but I did. So this is a positive amount. Like, this is a good number. This is very good. Um, so I do want to say that if this number is ever negative, that means either you are spending too much per month or you're not bringing home enough. And you have to make better decisions. Like, and then you have to sacrifice. Like, honestly, if all of these were filled in, that's crazy. Like, diabolical to me. This whole sheet should not be filled in, like, at all. I even said, uh, with medications, some people do things that society, you know, um, entertainment. Some people are entertained in very different ways. So we have this sheet holds us accountable to what we are doing in our personal lives. Everything that Her Purpose Finance does is intentional, and it is intended to get us to look at and reevaluate our own personal decisions. And if this entire sheet is filled out, that means you got to make better decisions because they aren't good. I even have blank spaces for you to fill in those things. If you are a single individual, do it for yourself. If you are a couple, you do one for the husband, one for the wife, and then do one together. So you guys are doing three. Um, because you have to know. Because if the math is not mathing, something is wrong. Like I said, I'm gonna put this budgeting sheet in the description below this video. I do hope that you guys, wait, let me stop sharing my screen. I do hope you guys, really took this start strong, and paid attention to what was going on because we have to hold ourselves accountable and know where our money is going. If you don't know where your money is going, that's a problem. I will say that I go through my credit cards because you see, I pay a lot on my credit cards monthly, but that's because of the things that comes out. Um, I go through my credit card And I say, wait, where's this going? I didn't know I spent so much on fast food. One tax season, I did the math and I spent over almost $2,000 in a year. That's wild. That's me. I wasn't cooking enough. So this time, I'm going to be spending a little more on groceries. Well, for the past couple of years, I spent more on groceries because I was able to see. So we have to see where our money is going. And then if you do have credit cards, because trust me, there was a season that I had not one credit card, but now I have five. Okay. But it was a season that I did not have them. And when I did not have them, my money was leaving so much faster. And when I speak about how to use a credit card and the smart ways to use a credit card, you can watch that video. I'm not going to speak on it because it's a whole nother subject, but I use a credit card intentionally. I use cash for what I have to use cash for, but a credit card, we get paid twice. So a credit card ain't due for 30 days. So I'm actually putting away a check. Uh, I'll tell you the secret later. But this has been Start Strong, and it was all about recognizing your expenses. Again, the budgeting sheet is in the description below. Please print it out because you will need it. And do your own budget. Do your own. Know where your money is going. And then hit those hard truths. Go through that list about 2 or 3 times to know what you are spending, where you are spending, and know what you can sacrifice. Because small sacrifices now will make a big difference later. I could tell you that story, but that'll be in another video because I don't want to make my stuff too long. But you guys, thank you so much for watching and have a blessed day.